Hi everyone, this is going to be part 2 of the demos for the video recorder response component of applications within our special education department. So where I'm kind of picking up where I left off on the last demo is how to kind of start and set it up on your computer. But what this video will do is actually kind of show the process of what you would actually do in the real version of recording your responses. So after you confirm that everything's ready, push next. Okay, and then what it's going to do is it's going to kind of give you an overview of the first question and kind of give you the directions on how to do it. So to get started, just push on Open Recorder. Okay, so count down and then you'll hear the prompt of the question.
Please introduce yourself.
So what I did for this mock demonstration is I changed all the questions. And so keep in mind, every time you give in a question, it's going to be recorded. For the purposes of this demo, I asked our student workers to kind of help out, and so they recorded it. However, when you do the real interview questions, responses, you're actually going to get the prompts from our faculty members. And so that's kind of a nice way that you'll actually get to see them and hear them before you actually get started in the program. Okay, so that was the planning time, but I'm going to go ahead and answer the question. So hi, everyone. My name's Janet Kim. I am currently the Special Education Recruitment Specialist here in the Department of Special Education at Manoa. And basically, my role is to really support anyone that's interested in any of our programs that we do offer. So I help to give program information. I help in helping to see maybe which program is the best fit based on short and long-term goals. And then I really work hard to try to support everyone through the application process, which is why I'm doing this demo, because I found, we've implemented this for 2 years now, and I think it causes a lot of anxiety because it's just so new and different than what many people have experienced before. And so one way to kind of combat that is I figured maybe if I demonstrated it and recorded it and let you see what it actually looks like, then it won't be as intimidating. Because I did take survey data of applicants in the past who have experienced this when we first piloted it. And what was great was, the responses was actually a lot of, I was, concerned in the beginning, but then once I was done, I felt a lot better. And so I really think it's a good tool. It really supports, what we're trying to do in terms of getting to know our applicants without having to worry about the burden of really trying to coordinate a whole bunch of face-to-face interviews across all the islands. But again, that's me, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. Okay, so when you're done recording, you always want to just push stop recording and then it'll disappear. And don't worry, that's completely normal. It means that it's been submitted. Again, so down here at the bottom of the page is always an opportunity to get in touch with the 24/7 tech support that's part of this VidCruiter platform. And so what's nice about that is they are able to see, like, let's say, some areas in Hawaii, the internet connection isn't that great. And so what if you're recording and you lose your internet and it stops? Then you can always contact them. They can actually see when something like that happens, and then they could restart you. So just at any point in time, if you do have any technical difficulties, please go ahead and click on this link and contact them, and they have been very quick in responding and supporting all of our applicants. But okay, so that was question 1. So what you're going to do is keep going, so push next. So here's question 2, start it when you're ready. It's going to count down and you're going to see the question.
Why are we using video recorded responses?
And then up here, again, this is a 30-second prep time. So that's where, like I mentioned in the earlier video, have a notepad, if I wanted to jot down things just to trigger my memories to make sure that I'm answering the question completely. Otherwise, if you're ready to go and you don't need that wait time, you can actually just start it early. So I'm going to push start, count down. Okay, so why are we using video recorded responses? Basically, this came in response to a problem that we were having where a lot of the candidates that apply to our programs are often working during the day and they have lots of other responsibilities. And so trying to coordinate in the past where we were having face-to-face interviews with each applicant and two of our faculty members, it became a really difficult and time-consuming process. And our faculty members often teach in the evenings. So again, if we were trying to coordinate things outside of work schedules, it was creating a lot of problems. And on top of that, it made it harder to get the interviews done, and it prolonged the enrollment process. So people were not able to learn of their admissions decisions until that process was done. So I had learned about this video platform at a conference I had attended where some other institutions were using this in place of the face-to-face interviews. And so I thought, oh, maybe this is something that would work for us, especially in Hawaii where we're all spread out across all these different islands. And so we looked into it and we decided one year that we were going to test it out. And then we gathered feedback from both the applicants and the faculty members. And everyone agreed that, yeah, this tool, they feel like it's effective, they feel like it's efficient, it gets what it needs to get done. And now we're able to embed this directly into the application process where you don't have to worry about time and taking time off of work to come in. And we're actually able to process our applications a lot faster. So that's kind of why we're doing it. And so we hope that this process is going to actually not be that difficult. Okay, so that was the response to that one, and then you push next, keep going. Now, if you wanted to stop, like let's say you need to go somewhere and then you're gonna come back, you can, you just can't do it once you open the recorder. So if you wanted to come back, you'd log back in, you'd come back to this question. Okay, so open recorder, next question, I'm gonna count down.
How are the video recorded responses evaluated?
Okay, so I'm gonna push start recording. So just so you know, in terms of how we actually use this in terms of the application process, is we do have two faculty members that are randomly assigned to review a certain number of the video recorded responses. And then they'll critique them and they'll give their, whether they think that it's admissible or maybe not admissible. And then what's great is that each faculty member cannot influence another faculty member. And so we're going to have multiple perspectives related to, if they think that the person is a good fit for the program. And only in cases where, let's say, between the two people, one says yes and one says no, then what's nice about this platform is we can throw in a third reviewer, and then the decision would be made that way. Whereas in the past, when we did face-to-face, you didn't really have an opportunity to get an additional viewpoint or perspective on anything. So what we found is that actually by doing it this way, it's more fair, and then it's a lot easier. And we find that, honestly, if I were to count, how many people pass their interview, it's like extremely high. So I would say within the 80-85% range. So it's not something to be a barrier. It's something just to allow our faculty to get to know you a little bit better and just make sure that, our program's going to be a good fit for you and that you're going to be a good fit for our program. Okay, and then the last question, real quickly.
What are some tips and tricks to successfully completing the video recorded responses?
Okay. So lastly, just some tips and tricks. I would recommend, pick a day and a time that really is going to work for you, that you're not really thinking about other things or being stressed. Make sure the people, if you're going to do it at home, make sure your family members are aware that you're recording so that way they don't walk in the middle. Always look behind you, make sure there's nothing distracting, make sure you're dressed professionally, and really don't treat it as something that's a barrier. Just really think of it as an opportunity to kind of share more about yourself. And I think if you do that, you're going to be perfectly fine. And so if you have any other questions or you need support, please don't hesitate to reach out.